Namo Buddhaya. Happy Vesak Day. On behalf of Majelis Agama Buddha Mahanikaya Indonesia, I offer my heartfelt felicitation on this auspicious occasion to all Indonesian Buddhists and people of Indonesia. This is the day where people around the world celebrate three major life events of the Buddha, which are his birth, enlightenment, and passing into complete nirvana. When the Buddha born into this world and discovered his teachings, that teachings leads to better understanding of peace, happiness, and compassion. And that's laid the foundation of how humans should live together and make everything more prosperous, noble, create a better society for all human beings. And that's why United Nations recognize this day as universally important day of the world. As a result of that, we should take this day to commemorate the beginning of the Buddha and the beginning of the Dhamma. Dhamma is the truth. That truth leads to better understanding of purpose of life, law of karma, and how to achieve that purpose. Before the Buddha comes into existence, humankind lived in the darkness of ignorance. We don't know why we are here, what do we need to do, and where do we go. After Buddha came to existence, his teachings provide us with better understanding how we should conduct our life, that every action that we do matters. If we want our life to be happy, it is for us to take an effort and make that happiness happen to ourselves and people around us. The same goes when if we do something wrong and negative, it will bring negative result to ourselves. That is actually exists in the teaching of the Buddha and help us to become more aware of what should we do and how should we interact with people around us. And that's why this is the day that we should take the time to reflect upon ourselves. How much have we realized that truth that the Buddha discovered? A person doesn't become Buddhist by claiming that they are Buddhist, saying that they are Buddhist, or simply paying homage to the Buddha statue, but only to the practice of the Buddha's teaching. Buddha said, if you want to worship me, practice the teachings. He actually give more credit to Patipatti Puja, or paying respect through practice more than simply giving other kinds of forms of respect. Because when we put his teaching into practice, that's when we get the benefits from it. So, it is the time for us to make reflection that how much have we grown in the Dhamma, how much we have realized the truth. Within the past year that we have celebrated the previous years of Vesak Day, have we grown more knowledge of the Dhamma? Have we reached to the same quality of the Buddha, which are his wisdom, his purity, his compassion? If we want to be the true sons and daughters of the Buddha, it is for us to take him as a role model, following that footstep to achieve the same values that the Buddha did. And not only that, we should take this day to reflect upon ourselves. In the past decades, we can see that human has become more arrogant, believing in technological development. But this past year, we can see that because of global pandemic, people start to be frightened and losing faith in technological development because they are facing something they can't control, they can't predict, they don't know what the outcome would be or how would it end. So there are things that no matter how much they believe the advancement of technological development, there are things that still cannot be under control. And that's why there was a lot of interest in meditation application in the past few months. That means people are still looking for spiritual development. And that's where the teaching of the Buddha or the Dhamma can really help people around the world. But it doesn't take for us to tell them what to do, but exemplify ourselves to be a true Buddhist. What the true Buddhist should be like. Do we practice generosity, self-discipline, meditation enough until we can show that because of teaching the Buddha, I have become this kind of person. I have become that role model. Just like the Buddha once learned how to swim and saving all the drowning sentient beings. That is the time that we should do that for ourselves. If we believe the teaching of Buddha so great, then we should be a role model of that great person, of that noble person. What should be the community of a Buddhist? How it should look like? It is a time for us to take a look and make the modification and tell the world that this is what it should be. Then we can really help the world and transform it to be more peaceful, happier, and full of compassion. But it starts from ourselves. Lastly, since this is the day that we commemorate the Buddha's teachings, the Buddha's birth and enlightenment, let us take one step back. Look back into ourselves. Practice ourselves to be the true Buddhists based on these values. And then carry on this message. Continue to spreading the word, as the Buddha intended to do, to spreading Dhamma and save all sentient beings worldwide, starting from ourselves and leading up to save the others. I would like to humbly request the power of the Noble Triple Gem to bless the people of Indonesia to be free of sickness and be safe during the time of this pandemic. And see you all again next year.